So I'd like to talk about proper arm structure at the top of the backswing and some setup and some in-swing things that lead to better arm structure at the top of your backswing. And I can tell you the biggest mistake I see day in and day out is that players hinge their arms instead of their wrists. And I'll get more into that in just a second. So when I talk about arm structure at the top of the backswing, what I'm really looking for is this triangle that you can see between my arms, my right elbow's to the ground. A lot of times what I'll see is I'll see a flying right elbow. I'll see people tuck the right arm on the backswing, or left arm if it's a lefty. And so those are some of the things I see. But let's drill back a little further and see, well, what causes that? What makes them hinge their elbows or use their elbows in an improper way versus a proper way? And I think there's one checkpoint that's really important, and it's halfway back in the backswing, and it's learning to use the levers correctly in the golf swing. So here's the second lever in the golf swing, and it happens when my lead arm for a righty, that's going to be my left arm, is parallel to the ground. That club should be pointing to the sky. So you can see that 90-degree angle I set there. Now if I just turn my shoulders the rest of the way, I've got pretty good arm structure at the top of my backswing. Now what do I often see? I see people who do not create this, or they create it just a little bit, and so to get some leverage, they want the ball to go somewhere. So to get that to happen, what they do is they hinge their elbows late. And we all have seen that. We know the players that do that. Let's go back a little bit further. Let's go back to the setup. What would cause me to not be able to get into that second lever, that 90-degree angle halfway back? And it's really quite simple. If my left hand, my lead hand on the grip, is not on the proper way, so the common fault here, I see it way too much in the palm. Now you can see my hand does not really hinge, or my wrist doesn't hinge the way that it should. If I get it more in my fingers, and I get this V pointed more towards my right shoulder, now as I take it back, that wrist can start working the way that it's supposed to, and I can hinge the club effectively. One other thing that I like to touch on is grip pressure. So I could have a pretty good grip, but I could be strangling this club, and so as I go back, really hard for me to set these angles. So again, most likely I'm going to do it late in the golf swing. So check that halfway back position, check your grip pressure, and then look to see, are you somebody who kind of hinges it late with the elbows, or do you use your wrist properly through the golf swing to create the levers we should? And this is all about speed. Using these levers properly help me to create speed, and most people that come to me would take an extra 10 yards, an extra 20 yards. So take a look at this in your own personal golf swing. If you have any questions, you can reach me at mark@durlandgolf.com or on Twitter @durlandgolf. Thanks for watching.